All right, good morning, ladies. It's Melissa here. So, I actually chose from my other video with my dress on. I was going to wear that to church today, but it's raining out. I chose to put a nice casual pink sweater on instead. Threw away a white sweater. I am really messy, guys. It had ink on it. I'm like, where did this come from? This was a short white sweater I've had for a while. And then my nice orange tank top had a stain on it, so I tossed that. My sneakers were brand new, only a month old, and looked like they had been worn out quite well, so I had tossed those too, and I will get another pair of sneakers. But I wanted to just touch base on a video I did with over 500 views, just on how it's enough. It is enough to be a woman. It is enough. If you look back, and I will probably do some videos on this, to old magazines, I had pulled out a few in storage. You know, we had magazines about women using a tampon, women, and their makeup. And this stuff was advertised because this is what women did. They dressed up, they made sure they were well taken care of. They developed, and cultivated how they looked, 70s, 80s. They had, even before that, the homemaking, advertisements on how to make your home, smell better, or your cooking, how to cook better. And anyways, even with all this stuff, it is enough just to be a woman, guys. Have people around you who build you up. So I've had people around me saying, you are such a special woman. You are, amazing. You are, a very caring woman, a very loving woman. I've had people around me who just have built me right up, right? A lot different than people who pull you down. So, and like I said, the past is the past. My husband was like, I'm going to teach her not to say the D word. Well, he probably should have taught his mother not to say that, because his mother brought it into our marriage. And again, I came to New Hampshire. Mostly my main thing was for work, right? Easier to get work in New Hampshire than it was in Colorado, definitely. But now I have opportunities. Moosehead Lake was an opportunity up in Maine. I have opportunity in Florida. I had come up here, even thinking, okay, I will, I can take my husband to court, for the alimony he never wanted to pay, right? I could do that, because now I'm like, if you go and you are homeless, that's going to show that there is definitely a need. So anyways, I didn't even have a vehicle, guys, and I came up to New Hampshire because my footing is stronger here. Came up to New Hampshire, said I'm going to make it in New Hampshire somehow. I feel called back to my roots in New Hampshire, and I'm going to make it. And I did, and I'm doing well. And I didn't have a truck like he had. He was able to stay in his truck. I didn't have the family support like he had. He had a job. I didn't even have a job, and I was able to make it. So again, if you put your mind to it and you start from zero, you can make it. I've had many times. I've had a lot in life. Many times I've had little in life. It doesn't really matter. It's who you are. It's your character. So being able to, go from start over again at zero all the way up to having things, it's just a challenge to do it yourself. It really is. Do it yourself. Figure out what you're going to do in life. Make some goals. Nothing wrong with helping people or them helping you, but it is better in life to be able to do things yourself for the most part. So, but, again, it's who you are. There's nothing like having people around you who build you up. And again, I came to New Hampshire and I said, you know what? I'm just healing up. I've done a lot with storage. I am healing. I am good now. And that I decided to drop it. Let him have his money. Let him have, if that's the way it's going to be, let him have his money. You know, God has a way of taking money away from certain people and giving it to others. And that's where you want to trust God. So it is enough, ladies. My video here, I'm trying to stay on track. It is enough just to be you. It really is. We live in a society that says, oh, you know, you have to accomplish so much. You have to work like a man. You have to act like a man. It is enough just to be you.